on the phone.
Hey, first of all,
Stop it, Hollywood. You pick
I like
wrong.
underdogs.
So I hope. What about Freeway Ricky Ross? Freeway Ricky Ross was frustrated. Steph actually engaged in the drug life a little more than what he wanted to deal with on a black podcast. Because she's really diving in. When you had the drugs, what did you do with the drugs? And then I'm coming with was it heroin? Was it crack? Did you know Frank Lucas? And it's not easy to get around those questions. Frank Lucas, whatever. Whoa, no Frank Lucas, was that your competitor? Was he first phase before you? All this stuff. I was basically engaging and really, just giving it to them because they needed to. You definitely you need to hear this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely want to, you don't want to not ask them the tough questions because we live in a day and time in a society where you really need to understand that we're going to ask those difficult questions, and we ain't going to let you make it. I know you probably don't like that, but you're going to have to answer these questions, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know that's what we like to see. Because you don't want to see the same questions everybody else asking, and I like that. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. We don't want to hear that. Boss Talk had a lot of breaking stories. A lot of different questions that other people done start asking on different podcasts and stuff. We see videos taken all the time, put on different blogs, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. I've been seeing Boss Talk a little bit of everywhere, man. And I gotta say, man, just looking up, for the people out there that really want to know, what does it take? What did it really take to start? Because you're at 100,000 followers in less than a year and a half?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you got to think, man. You got to have God on your side too. Because I look at strength and health. Because health is wealth, right? So, in order to even do that, you would have to. I mean, we're not top heavy, so you and I both know that we don't have the staff that a lot of these big backers have.
Right.
We just we mom and pop, but we embrace that. We're a smaller operation, but we're able to do things that other people can't do. There's no bridle on our mouths like a horse. You can't guide us. We basically, you can't kick us in the side and we turn to the right because you pull the bridle to the right,
Yeah.
And so we can about say what we want to say, do what we want to do. That's how you end up with a Charleston White and a Melvin and a Tola Marvin in the same room. Or that's how you end up with a, Pimp C, sex tape, stuff like that coming out. Because on other shows and other people, they would be bridled because they can't ask certain questions. But this here is done for the culture. So at the end of the day, there's no bridle on the mouths of the customer, or the guest, or the people who are doing the show. So when you
one ain't no bridle. Mr. Mike,
Mr. Mike is man. I love that guy, man, because. I can't wait to interview him again. I won't tell him that though, but I can't wait to interview him again because he's special, and I think people don't realize how special he is, bro. I think people don't even know, but this guy's a diamond in the rut, and a lot of people, I was really targeted after he came on the show. That was a group of people that was reaching out and frustrated because he was saying some of the things he was saying, and some of the things he was saying, it brought up some old feelings, man. It hurt. A lot of times, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got an old bad knee. I don't tell many people about it. I used to play football. I was pretty, I was a running back in the days, and I ended up hurting my leg. Ended up having an injury, and sometimes it ache a little bit. I can't lean on it as much as I lean on my other leg. But it also is a thing where it's a reminder, a constant reminder of what happened back in the days, you know. And I think when you got scar, it's a scar on there because I had surgery when I was young, and the scar is healed up, but underneath there's still some tension, you know. And I think that's what happens a lot of time with these old conversations when you bring them up. Underneath there's still some tension. And so when you start dealing with a guy who was on a label who feel like he didn't get his just due, the monetary gain wasn't right, he felt like people, you know, kind of stiffed him on certain things, and you know, he started to speak on it, and people still trying to live with the fact of we did right by everybody. So when they hear these conversations, it's annoying, it's frustrating, and it's nerve wracking because now people who never would have been able to voice themselves back in the early '90s, you didn't have a voice because you didn't have a way to get out there. You couldn't go to the radio station without your main guy who showed you because he didn't tell you how to do it, or you couldn't go here or there. But now these pipelines are opening up that you can't control when you got independent people out here that got you know, platforms everywhere, and it's black media, meaning black people are embracing black people. And I think that's something that people don't realize the power of, that there's black media out here now who control their own narrative. And it's frustrating to not only our white constituencies, but to a lot of the gatekeepers that was dishonest and misleading back in the day. So you're hearing a voice. You're hearing a voice from people who you normally wouldn't have gotten to speak. I believe in the underdog. I'm one of the underdogs.
Yeah.
So when I bring the underdog on, I'm excited to get his voice out because he never would have had a voice if it was up to those gatekeepers that was trying to hold him back. So at the end of the day, I enjoy it. I ruffle feathers. I don't invite certain people who causes everything to stay as it was because I want to see a change, man, in our culture and our environment, you know.
Right.
So I think that definitely. Yeah, so I think that we on the stretch to Lord say the same. You know, this year it should be promising. Either way it go, we've already injected change with the way that we've already strategized and structured Boss Talk. It's already happening. It ain't no when is it gonna happen. It's happening in real time, and I think people are seeing it and they don't know how to digest it. It's like, man, how can you know, how this dude doing this? You know, I've got people reaching out to me trying to do interviews on Boss Talk 101 that got more followers than me. You know, they're saying, man, can I, you know, let me come over there. And I'm like, well, why would you want to come over here? You know, but they want to, you know, they want to come over there and they want to see what they can see. And, you know, and it ain't about, you know, there's people, you know, there's
on the phone.
First of all,
stop it, Hollywood. You pick wrong.
Underdog.